very rough setup of Blackjack's tank revision. He got evicted, as you can see, he's not in here, for destruction of property. So because Blackjack cannot control himself and cannot not destruct things, everything's been removed and we're starting over. And I have some natural rocks from the area, and there's a lot of limestone and sandstone, and I put in some pebbles here, and these I got at, believe it or not, Michael's craft store, and they were polished, so I rinsed them in hot water over and over and over. And big deal, they gotta be too big for him to eat, because he's a bad boy, and he eats everything, or he bites it like a shark and spits it out. And down here is a liner. I have, you can't really see it, but it's kind of like that abrasive, it's like a sponge, but it's like you can get it at the dollar store. It's like abrasive, kind of like sandpaper sponge, but he likes that. So I try to put that all over as a bedding liner. And I'm gonna cut little like lily pads of it. I know it sinks, but he loves to dig under that. So I hope he doesn't destroy that for, I don't know, 5 minutes until he gets it. And his favorite plants. He's had those plants since he was born. And they used to be giant. He used to get stuck in that little loop on the bottom. He was a little baby. So cute. But I've had those with him. All my guys have something that's been with them since I got them, since birth, plant or rock. And you can show me a big pile of rocks or plants that I can pick out and show you each one and who it belongs to and the story of where it came from. So, I don't know, it might be embarrassing that I know that much about them. But I made a Blackjack proof filter waterfall. And these are pretty big rocks. I hope to God, and I know the answers, he'll destroy it, but he can't destroy this. He keeps ripping up filters and he bites the carbon. And I'm gonna put, I don't know, some kind of plant over that filter. I buy just like filters from, I don't know, fish department that are on sale, and I put them in, and then I'll put them in for like a day or two, and then I'll take them out, rinse it, and take it back out. And I'm actually gonna maybe try to even suction cup that one to the back. And fish filter, I have more control over the filters that go in the tank than the ones that are the external canister. I just end up changing the water usually. It's such a pain in the butt for the water quality for these guys. And it might just be my husbandry techniques, but I find it easier just to dump the water in hot water all the time over my stuff. I don't use bleach a lot. I'll use it maybe when everything's look kind of gross. Maybe once a month or kind of as needed. Just because I'm always paranoid, I can't get it all washed off. That's why I don't use a ton of bleach. But again, I keep things very specific to each animal. Like I don't change around their rocks or bedding or anything in their tank. Every tank has its own stuff and it doesn't go to anyone else. And this is like a 75-gallon bow front, and he's in the process of getting an indoor, I don't want to call it a pond because house inhabitants would freak out if I had an indoor pond. I would probably. One of these days have an indoor big pond, but it's like a big tank, which would probably be called a pond by a regular person. And I had a bunch of plants in there again. He got revoked of plant privileges because again he was eating it and he spits it out, and he does regurgitate stuff eventually, but it's really not good. And I have several lights in here, got UV light. And I don't use a ton of heat lamps with my aquatic turtles, except the baskers I do, but my snappers, I don't use a ton of heat on there because I think room temperature is good for my, ooh, gross. Oh, it's just scratched off. I had a lot of mosquitoes in here, but the paint scratched. And these ones I get those little tiny bulbs